Welcome to this session. Good evening to all. Today let us discuss about channel equalization and types. So first let us discuss about introduction, then channel equalization. In channel equalization we will discuss about the linear equalizers and decision feedback equalizer. So in the introduction part, we all know or we are aware about that whenever the transmission is taking place or in the basic elements of communication system is transmitter, media and the receiver. And also modulation process is very much important whenever the transmission is taking place. So if we coming to the discussion of modulation, the process of changing the characteristics of the carrier with respect to the message signal. So this modulation part will take place in the transmitter side and the demodulation part will take place in the receiver side. So demodulation is nothing but recovery of original information signal. So this media, what do you mean by that media? This media can be a coaxial cable, copper wire, optical fiber, microwave, water, satellite, whatever it is. Depends upon the user application. We can use the channel. Okay. Now, coming to this introductory, in a communication system, we were aware about that the transmitter will send the information over an radio frequency channel. Okay. So, the channel will distort the transmitted signal before it reaches the receiver. For example, in the transmitter side, the input will be converted into the suitable form of transmission. Then that means using a transducer. The basic function of transducer is converts one form of energy into another form of energy. Okay, and then it will be given to the modulation process. That means the information signal will be superimposed with the carrier signal, right? Now after this modulated signal is given to the channel. Channel means on media. So in the channel there is a possibility of noise occurrence. Okay, the noise can be a white Gaussian noise or it can be a additive white Gaussian noise or some other noises, but it will corrupt our information signal. So anyhow, the channel will distort the transmitted signal before it reaches the receiver. Therefore, the receiver is having a task. That means what signal is transmitted, the same signal has to be received. Okay, that is nothing but understandable information. So basically we will tell whatever the carrier signal we have used in the transmitter side will be used in the receiver side. That is synchronism should be there. Like that we used to discuss actually. But if you in depth, if you think about this interference or n number of interference, so here we are going to discuss about the noise as well as the intersymbol interference. Okay, so now you can see here, this is the block diagram what we are going to use. The input signal is x of t. Okay, so now this input signal x of t is given to the channel and this channel is having the impulse response, that is h of t. Okay, so now the output of the signal is interrupted with noise. So the received signal y of t is interrupted with the signal. So how we can write this expression mathematically in the sense y of t is the received signal, that means x of t into h naught of t plus summation k is equal to 1 to m x of t minus k into hk of t. That means the time reversal process, time shifting process has been taken place over here. Inverse process. Okay, so the plus n of t is the noise which is interrupted the our original input signal. So by seeing this or by observing this, of the received signal, the mathematical expression x of t into h of t is desired signal, and the middle term is nothing but inter-symbol interference, and the last term is nothing but noise. Okay, now here the topic is channel equalization. Okay, first we wanted to see what do you mean by equalizer. So equalizer is nothing but it will shapes the signal. Okay, there will be some amplitude distortion, and the amplitude distortion will be get shaped in general. But what is the purpose of an equalizer in the continuous band limited channel? That is the question over here. The main important purpose of an equalizer is to reduce the inter-symbol interference as much as possible. Okay, that means in order to maximize the probability of correct decision. Okay, so whenever we are generating any signals, we are using some decision device, and that decision device is acting as a comparator. The received signal will be compared with the threshold values which we have set. For example, threshold equal to 0. So the received signal y of t is greater than 0 or less than 0. Depending upon that, the decision device is going to do favor of the output. Okay, so here we are reducing the inter-symbol interference in order to maximize the probability of correct decisions. Okay, so you assume that this is the input signal and we are given to the channel, and the output of the channel is interrupted by noise. So we can observe here. Okay, this is the interrupted signal, and that received signal is given to the equalizer. Okay, equalizer is shapes, that is reduce the ISI. So here it is, if you see this graphical representation and this graphical representation, there is a vast difference between these two. Say yes or no? Yes, right. Therefore, we are using the equalizer to reduce the inter-symbol interference. Now, this inter-symbol interference can be completely removed. Okay, but we should not take in the consideration as the noise enhancement. Okay, if you are following this logic, so we will use that particular equalizer, or we can name that particular equalizer in such a way that zero forcing equalizer. Okay, so the zero forcing equalizer is nothing but inverse filtering. Therefore we can write down C of Z is equal to H inverse of Z. Okay, C of Z is equal to H inverse of Z. Okay, now there will be a increment of the noise power is created whenever we use the zero forcing equalizer. This is the one effect which we can observe there. Okay, then followed by this we are going to discuss about linear equalizer. What do you mean by linear equalizer? So this linear equalizer will be having the current and the past values of the received signal will be linearly weighted by the equalizer coefficients. Okay, so we are giving some weightage for the equalizer coefficients, and that will be summed to produce the output. So we can write the mathematical expression in such a way that C of Z is equal to summation k Ck into Z power minus k. Okay, now the second type of linear equalizer is nothing but mean square error equalizer. So first type is nothing but zero forcing equalizer, and the second type is nothing but mean square error equalizer. So from the point of view of minimizing the error probability, okay, here it is permissible to allow some ISI, okay, so that this can reduce the noise power. So the minimum square error criteria will attempt to minimize the total error probability. Okay, therefore if you use the minimum square error criteria, C of Z is equal to 1 divided by H of Z plus 2 N naught divided by sigma squared A. We all are aware about that N naught is nothing but noise power. Okay, and sigma squared A is the variance of the transmit signal. Okay, so here in detail we discussed about what is linear equalizer and what is equalization. Okay, I hope everyone understood this concept. Thank you.